Hi, welcome to the Snag. Today we've come down to Bossington. And as you can see, walking across the marshland, Hellstone Point in the background, and we're walking over this side of the beach. So today we're fishing the rough part of Bossington, and everyone always says this is super hard, super snaggy. Do you know what? It's not that bad. I don't need to use rotten bottoms here. There's quite a few places you can, if you come down low tide, like, you have a look, you can see where the bad bits are. Some places super far out, yeah, there's weed beds, but that's generally in front of the path and everything else. So today, this is where we're going. We've got a cracking day for it, stunning views all around, and we're going to stop going, get down to the beach because I'm a little bit late anyway, but we'll still get a couple of hours up, a couple of hours down. Massive tide today, and let's get to it. So this is the party take, turn left obviously, away from the main beach. You can find all of this on the guide that I put out yesterday saying I'm going to fish it. So you have to be careful on these marshlands on the large tides. They're floods. It's like a massive lake behind you. It's not a little bit of water. It actually becomes a massive body of water. With that as well, the bridge that takes you across, that gets completely submerged. You will be cut off. It's just a thin bit that you end up being able to walk along. So if it's rough weather, again, not somewhere to try. And yeah, I just thought I'd add that in. Anyway, I'm going to keep walking now. Just walking, breathing and talking. All together isn't the easiest. Right. Currents here are still strong, but they're not as strong as on the right hand side. So with that we're going to be fishing down there. But that's where the line's going to end up. On the edge of the waterline and just beyond is Boulder Beach. Don't want a rod that's for clean ground. You want at least a rod that'll handle sort of like mixed ground. So today I'm using my M4 GT and I'm using my WR300. As you can see, beach is what it is. Lots of people might want to use a rotten bottom, but you'll see compacted bits like down here. If you can really cast it, it's about 50 yards over. It's all compacted down, and it's solid. The boulders don't move. You get it come back every time. You'll see that I won't be using rotten bottom tonight, but I do use 25 pound main line with a 70 pound tapered shock leader. Make sure when you cut your tapered shock leader that you're doing at least 25 to 25, because if I do use a rotten bottom, I tend to use 18 pound. So it's not too light that you lose a lead every time, but if you need to crack it off, it's easy enough. Okay, so I've got a long Wessex on this one. Always performs well at this venue. Now said that, it's going to go horribly wrong, but a bit of squid on each one. And for those that don't know, the Wessex has like the running ledger part, and the top bit's like a pat. So we're running that on the M4 GT. On the other one I'm running a pulley rig. So that's running down to clip down. I'll slide those beads down there for later when it gets dark. And it's about 2.5 foot pulley, that's all. Nothing special. Fish bait, bluey, strip off, long and thin so any fish can get it in its gob early and easy. And yeah, with that I'm going to fire these baits out and we'll get fishing. So that one's dropped in reasonably close. The furthest we'll be fishing tonight is about 70 yards anyway. Anything beyond that and you are in some proper gear that you're not getting out of. So,
Both got the goo on as well. See a nice little oil slick happening out there already close in. Right. This one can go a bit further. About 55, 60. Lots of excess line. But generally speaking, this venue doesn't produce well until at least dusk, and we're not far off that. But occasionally you get a nice bass during sunlight hours. Occasionally you get some other fish as well, but generally speaking, it's a bit quiet to start with by the time it's up. It's not a deep venue, so I'm sure you can see it out there. There's a couple of oil slicks on the water. I say oil slicks, it's not really oil anyway, so other things. near to high tide. I always put out a large bait on one rod at high tide. Well, just before it. Yeah. That wind just hasn't stopped. Constant. Certainly wearing a little bit thin. Put out a big chunk of fish. Sat in a bit of weed. Must admit, I'm very surprised you haven't seen a fish yet. But real hit and miss at the moment around here, so. that's all set for high tide. If there's anything big that comes along and wants to play, shut that up. Just trying to do my nut. Current's absolutely ripping through. Doesn't look so bad on the surface, but underneath, proper going for it. Alright, something tipping in the big bait. And the other one. Okay, fish on. We landed him. So, pretty pale, scrappy dog. Here's what it is. So not ideal, but that's all that's out there. That's all we can catch. So right, chuck him back. Hopefully there'll be a bit more of the same thing. Guessing that's probably what was bothering the big bait as well. That's already marinated. I won't give it any more, won't overdo it. I think sometimes these scents and stuff, if you overdo it, that can put them off as much as anything else. Actually a little bit surprised we haven't seen a bass tonight. Mind you, it's time yet. This certainly needs to improve. What time is it? just turning high tide. Taking a shelter just to get the wind off. Come on, where's the good fish? So, didn't realise the battery had died. Whoa! And we got ourselves a little pelted. Those lights are super bright, which doesn't help. But anyway, yeah, one pelted, so we're getting back. Oh, it's a shame the battery went dead on that, because that was a good bike. Never mind. Set my butt down. Dogfish, because I can feel it in the current. So the current here makes all fish look alright. There it is. Yeah. Another dog. Another one. Okay. Literally been out there 2 minutes. Still got all the spray on it. Guessing they all arrived a little bit late tonight. So the main reason I chose to fish here tonight, although it's a full moon, and I don't like full moons, the full moon is trapped behind North Hill at the moment, so it won't be able to come up for at least another hour or so at least. So at the moment it's almost like a new moon here. I'm hoping it's going to pay off before the moon comes up, but I guess we'll see. Get me out of the wet screen on. Bloody hell. Feels a bit better, or I've got a lump of weed with it. And maybe it's just hard to get out. Right, some of these lines snag. Alright, so we're clearing the ocean floor and catching some dogfish. Oh, well, there we go. Right. Well, we've got somebody's leader. Hem rig. Oh, lead. Hey, treasure. Always good. Right, I'll sort that in a minute. New bait. Down the box. It's a load of leader out to sea. Most of that I'm going to bin them when I get home. Always like finding a bit of treasure. Just make it flap a little and then all of a sudden. Oh, there's a real strong current out there. I think it's only a dog again, but come on. There it is. Oh, that's why it's two of them. Oh, one's dropped off. one. There's two. Oh, blind jewel. There's number two. Go back. Number one. Can't try and hook you. Chuck it back. Let it go. Okay. That's three bait. Like that. Still there. Why not? Should we do our roll, Paris? Have you guessed what it is yet? Okay. Another one. Joy. Marinating fish this time. As you can see, not cut. solid. I can't feel nothing other than lazy dog. Maybe it's two of them. How did I know? Come on, so this is one venue where the Wessex absolutely pulls it apart. Ooh. So as you can see, two dogfish. So the fish is marinated anyway, so I don't need to worry about that. Got something sat on the end. We'll know what that is then. Oh, the moon's starting to creep above the hill. Could be the end of the fun shortly. Oh, not what I wanted to see. Fine. Another dogfish, about to do bait. Off again. Feels like a little dog shot. Perfect. I'm guessing that's powder. What is their dog? Looks something to look at. Good size pelt. Quite got heavier on there. There we go. Another pelt. Not a bad size one, that. For those that are interested, he is 31 centimetres. And nearly dead. That was close. Time to call it. Following that dogfish is probably on the end. It's heavy. Must be two. That's good. Down there. So let's all go down there. You can feel the ground like yourself. Oh, okay. That's right. Let's go. Whoa. It's a bit steep in places, obviously. Oh, there he is. I see. It's a dog. There he is. Sort him out. Well, not a bad night all in all. We've had what, 15, 16 fish, something like that. Alright, it's only dogs and pout, but if that's all that's out there, that's all you can catch, isn't it, at the end of the day? So the full moon has pretty much kicked things into touch now, and the tide rushing out. But that's why we hid here for the first part of the ebb as well. I knew it'd be behind the hill and it cuts the light out. So tomorrow night I'll be fishing down on Red Sands, which is down that way towards Porlock, and slightly different ground. It's got sand, It's got boulders. I'll be fishing on the edge of the sand, the boulders, and a load of like cobbles and shingle, of which I'll show you when we get there. You can see it on the guide as well. So anyway, that's it for tonight. Really appreciate all the follows and the likes and everything else, and sharing me everywhere. If you can subscribe as well, it really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. So with that, catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks very much.